Prehistory, approximately 2.6 million years ago to 3,500 BCE. Prehistory refers to the period before written records, encompassing the vast span of human existence prior to the advent of civilization. During this time, early humans lived as hunter-gatherers, relying on hunting, fishing, and foraging for survival. They gradually developed basic tools from stones and bones, marking significant milestones in human evolution. Over time, early humans began to exhibit social behaviors such as cooperation and communication, laying the groundwork for more complex societies. The invention of fire allowed for cooking food and provided warmth, further enhancing their ability to adapt and thrive in various environments. Prehistoric peoples also created stunning cave paintings, suggesting the emergence of artistic expression and symbolic thought. The transition from the Paleolithic to the Neolithic era marked the beginning of agricultural practices and the domestication of plants and animals. This Neolithic revolution led to the development of settled communities and the emergence of early civilizations in river valleys, such as the Tigris-Euphrates, Nile, Indus, and Yellow River. Ancient civilizations, approximately 3,500 BCE to 500 CE. Ancient civilizations emerged in various regions around the world, laying the foundation for human society as we know it today. In Mesopotamia, the Sumerians developed the world's first writing system, cuneiform, and built sophisticated city-states such as Ur and Uruk. Ancient Egypt flourished along the Nile River, constructing monumental pyramids and temples that endure as marvels of engineering and architecture. The Indus Valley civilization, centered around the cities of Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro, boasted advanced urban planning and drainage systems. In ancient China, the Shang and Zhou dynasties established early forms of centralized government and laid the groundwork for Chinese civilization. These civilizations made significant advancements in areas such as mathematics, astronomy, and medicine, leaving a lasting legacy that continues to influence modern society. Classical period, approximately 800 BCE to 500 CE. The classical period witnessed the flourishing of ancient Greece and Rome, two civilizations that profoundly shaped Western civilization. In ancient Greece, the city-states of Athens, Sparta, and others laid the groundwork for democracy and produced some of the greatest achievements in philosophy, literature, art, and architecture. Thinkers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle explored questions of ethics, politics, and the nature of reality, leaving a lasting legacy on Western thought. Meanwhile, the Roman Republic evolved into a vast empire, extending its influence across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. The Romans built an extensive network of roads, aqueducts, and monumental structures such as the Colosseum and the Pantheon. Roman law, engineering, and administrative systems laid the foundations for governance and infrastructure that would endure for centuries. The classical period also saw the spread of Hellenistic culture, blending Greek traditions with those of the Near East and influencing art, philosophy, and science throughout the region. Middle Ages, approximately 500 CE to 1500 CE. The Middle Ages, also known as the medieval period, was characterized by the decline of the Roman Empire in the West and the rise of feudalism, a social and economic system based on land ownership and loyalty to local lords. Christianity played a central role in medieval life, providing a unifying force amidst political fragmentation. The Catholic Church wielded significant influence over both spiritual and secular matters, with the Pope serving as the spiritual leader of Western Christendom. Feudal society was structured hierarchically, with kings, lords, knights, and serfs occupying distinct social roles. Castles dotted the landscape, serving as fortifications and symbols of feudal power. The Crusades, a series of religious wars launched by European Christians to reclaim the Holy Land from Muslim control, marked a significant aspect of medieval history, shaping relationships between East and West and leaving a legacy of cultural exchange and conflict. The Middle Ages also saw the flowering of medieval art, literature, and architecture, including the magnificent cathedrals of Europe and epic tales like the Arthurian legends. Renaissance and early modern period, approximately 14th to 18th centuries. The Renaissance, meaning rebirth, was a period of cultural, artistic, and intellectual revival that began in Italy in the 14th century and spread throughout Europe. It marked a transition from the medieval to the modern world, characterized by a renewed interest in classical learning, humanism, and the arts. Artists such as Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael produced masterpieces of painting, sculpture, and architecture that celebrated the beauty and potential of the human form. The printing press, invented by Johannes Gutenberg in the 15th century, revolutionized communication by making books more widely available and facilitating the spread of knowledge. The Renaissance also saw advancements in science, with figures like Copernicus, Galileo, and Newton challenging traditional views of the cosmos and laying the groundwork for modern scientific inquiry. The period also witnessed the Age of Exploration, during which European explorers like Christopher Columbus, Vasco da Gama, and Ferdinand Magellan ventured into uncharted waters, leading to the establishment of global trade networks and the colonization of the Americas, Africa, and Asia. Modern era had approximately 18th to early 20th centuries. The modern era was characterized by profound social, political, and economic transformations that reshaped the world. The Industrial Revolution, which began in Britain in the late 18th century, brought about mechanized manufacturing, urbanization, and unprecedented economic growth. Steam engines, railways, and factories revolutionized production and transportation, leading to profound changes in society and the economy. The Enlightenment and intellectual movement of the 18th century emphasized reason, individualism, and scientific inquiry, challenging traditional authority and laying the groundwork for political revolutions such as the American and French revolutions. These revolutions sought to establish democratic principles of government and individual rights, inspiring movements for social and political change around the world. The 19th century also saw the rise of nationalism, imperialism, and mass movements for social reform, including abolitionism, women's suffrage, and workers' rights. The modern era culminated in the devastation of two world wars and the subsequent Cold War, which shaped global politics, economy, and society in the 20th century. Contemporary era, approximately late 20th century to present. The contemporary era, also known as the modern period, encompasses the time from the late 20th century to the present day, marked by rapid globalization, technological advancements, and significant geopolitical shifts. The end of the Cold War in 1991 heralded a new era of international relations, characterized by the decline of superpower rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union and the emergence of a multipolar world order. Globalization accelerated with the expansion of trade, finance, and information exchange, leading to increased interconnectedness and interdependence among nations. Technological innovations, such as the internet, smartphones, and social media, revolutionized communication and transformed economies and societies worldwide. However, the contemporary era also witnessed significant challenges, including terrorism, climate change, economic inequality, and geopolitical instability. The rise of non-state actors and transnational threats posed new security challenges for the international community, leading to efforts to strengthen global cooperation and governance frameworks. Meanwhile, environmental issues, such as climate change and biodiversity loss, emerged as pressing concerns, prompting calls for sustainable development and environmental conservation. The contemporary era is characterized by rapid social, cultural, and technological change as societies grapple with the opportunities and challenges of an increasingly interconnected and uncertain world.